This is Mr. and what I have for you today is a plan of attack and 3-star replay on this base plus the initial scout. This is a fresh hit on this base and I'll tell you what I was thinking about it at the time. So at the time of the attack, or at the time of the planning of the attack, I figured there'd be a Tesla in the middle and basically all the Teslas would be here. That's what I figured. And if they weren't in the middle, that would be nothing. There'd be 2 here and 2 here. But I figured this was the Tesla farm area in this area right here. That's just what I thought. It just made sense to me that's where the Tesla farm would be. Okay, so from there I was thinking, how can I draw the CC? So we have to have a look at the CC's range to see what I was thinking here. There's the CC's range. How can I get in? Now I was contemplating baby dragon here, something here, queen walk into the CC. And then I thought, well, how am I then going to deploy? You can see my troops. I thought, well, if I bring the queen in this way, then I can drop the siege barracks up the top and I can get everything else coming in through that way. That just seemed a little bit convoluted to me. So what I decided was the best option, or the better option, was to get a baby dragon onto this. So this would be nuked, so there'd be less inclination for the queen to walk this way. I'd drop the queen here, so the queen would bounce down through this area, take that out, take this out, that out. She'd be drawing the CC as she goes. Now I needed to clear this because I figured I'll get the siege barracks in this area. And I'll drop a giant. Just look, even though the siege barracks here is just out of range of this archer, if I drop a giant, at least I'll get the P.E.K.K.A. and a couple of wizards out before the giant gets perished. So the giant will go down over here. So these things will start to get taken out by wizards, P.E.K.K.A., whatever. So that is that part done. That's going to create a little bit of a funnel to get my miners in. Now I needed to concentrate on this side. What was needed here? I figured if I drop the king on this side of the builder's hut, the king would take that out. He'd walk to the elixir pump. He'd walk to the mine. He'd walk to the mortar. He'd go to the gold store. And then I thought, if I have a jump spell right around here somewhere, from here he'll be inclined to go in. So even if my queen doesn't survive, he can go in and lend a hand in the middle. That was my thinking on his pathing. Now whether that pathing required this drill to stay up or not, I'm not going to speculate. I just know that the king is doing some weird things lately where he will be next to a wall and bash through a wall and get a few tile spaces over. There should be something he could just walk over to and hit, but he's not doing that. So there's something going on that's a little bit strange with the king's AI. Is a little bit unpredictable at the moment. But either way, I figured this was a good enough funnel, at least in this point, to get the miners in here and they could then funnel through into the base. This would start to fall, most probably the wizard as well. Wizard tower with the miners and the P.E.K.K.A.s coming down this side. And then I thought it's just a matter of following them with heals and with Grand Warden ability. Now there's something funny that goes on with the Eagle Artillery, at least in my opinion there is, and we'll have a look at that as well. So that's the initial plan of attack, and then once everything's in the base, just follow them around with heals. That is, they could be a little bit unpredictable, so I'm not going to say, look, I will have a heal here, I will have one here, and I will have one here. I'm just playing it by ear with the heals themselves. But that's the initial plan going in. So let's have a look at how that all worked out in the end. So balloon goes down to protect the baby dragon from a potential black bomb. And of course, because the queen will be coming in through there, it will at least give her some partial protection, at least from triggering a bomb on that side. Now, because I'm bringing the queen in from here, I drop that second balloon as well. And the second balloon does trigger another red bomb at least anyway. So at this moment, everything's going pretty well. Baby Dragon's taking out a bit of stuff. I'm going to drop the rage on this king just because I'm not trusting the queen to get through it. She probably could have. He wasn't a max king, but I wasn't going to take the chance. So everything's looking pretty good at the moment. Her pathing towards that corner is looking good. Then the second Tesla's popped and I'm thinking, oh, okay. Well, I didn't expect the first one to be so far out. I thought they'd all be congregated right in that corner. So I didn't expect it to be that far out. So I've dropped the king down and I've dropped the jump spell down early. Now, the jump spell's lasting for just about a minute, so I don't have any problem with dropping that jump spell early, seeing as it only has to follow certain, only has to exist for a certain certain moment of time to serve a purpose. Now, the Eagle Artillery has focused on the king here, and it's got off one lot of shots. Now it's still targeting the king with the second lot of shots. The king's over here, over on this right hand side here. Now the king's ability is activated, and now the eagle has let go of the king and focused on the miners instead. Now I thought that was really interesting, that the Eagle Artillery, instead of refocusing after something's gone down, it's just decided to refocus, even though the thing it originally focused was up still. It hadn't gone down. So now that the eagle's down and the king's been taken 3 barrages from the eagle, so it refocused onto the king again later, but the healers have switched from the king to the queen now and healing the king up. Tornado's been triggered. Heal, and I've got 1 heal spell left. There it is, right around the double bomb tower area to keep those troops up. I'm losing a bit of stuff to some spring traps, but not too bad. These things just on the inside, I figured that was a good spot for the heal spell, even if the bomb tower goes off, but of course the heal spell doesn't last that long. But miners are pretty sturdy things, and that's it, base wrecked. So that was basically, the plan almost went perfect. I was kind of hoping the king was going to take that jump spell and get into the base as well, because that's where I would have raged him up, just to get a whole heap of damage done into that core under rage and a little bit of distraction, and possibly even taking out that Eagle Artillery before it was needed. Okay, let's have a look at the troops there. 2 loons, 1 baby, 5 healers, a giant, 25 miners, 3 archers, and 3 wizards with 7 hogs in the clan castle. 1 jump, 1 rage, clan castle rage, 3 of my own heals. We'll have another quick look at this. We'll just have a look at it at double speed and have a look at what actually went on with the miners, because I started talking about the king going back in again. So this part went all according to plan. The king coming, his pathing was pretty well predicted. It went as predicted, except he didn't take the jump spell. Now, whether that jump spell wasn't close enough for him or not, I don't know. Just that he didn't take the jump spell. So I figured he kind of would have taken the jump spell. It's really hard to say what was closer to him. Now, the thing is as well, we've seen other elements where something like this happens and the king just goes to the wall instead of walking up here. So the king is a little bit unpredictable at the moment in terms of his AI. So I've got 1:40 left on this. So as we can see, there's the king. The closest thing is, it's the Grand Warden actually, but for some reason after the king takes this down, he decides he's going to go walking away. So Pekka's now pathing around to the bottom there, so that's pretty good, taking a lot of damage, so the wizards can take out a little bit of extra stuff. And here come the miners. The miners got triggered by the eagle, so that kind of surprised me a little bit. And I've used the Grand Warden's ability there. Now, I don't think I got everything. It was the Grand Warden, I have found, is really not keeping track with some of the troops as well. I've seen the Grand Warden just scoot ahead of things. I've seen the Grand Warden just fall that far behind and actually not protect anything, and everything is out of him, even though he was protecting them quite well before. And of course, I've seen the Grand Warden just simply leave the troops altogether and start shooting something at random. And this is all lately since this latest update's dropped. So I think the Grand Warden needs a little bit of fixing at the moment. Plenty of miners left in the attack. King and Queen still up. So nice little 3-star on this one. It's good when the plan works because you know that your plan was accurate and you were able to implement the plan that you came up with. Okay, so as this runs out in the last 20 seconds, we'll come to the question of the day. And the question of the day is this. There are many types of crow in the world, and there are crows and ravens. So, for instance, in parts of Australia, we have something called a rainforest raven, and it's only seen in one state of Australia. But there are 3 different types of crow in Australia, and there are 3 different types of raven. There are just different types of the same birds. So the question is related to crows. What type of crow really likes to stick together with other crows? Or stick to other crows even, I suppose you could say. What type of crow likes to stick together? The answer is Velcro. In any case, that's all I've got for this video. If you have any questions or comments about this, please leave them down below. If you enjoyed what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.